Culling 2 came out a few days ago with no fanfare whatsoever, surprising plenty but intriguing nobody. And I know that nobody's intrigued because I've been playing it, which makes me a distinct rarity among the human race. With its 50 players strewn across a 20-kilometre map, the Culling 2 promises a more intimate Battle Royale experience. However, that intimacy's shot by the fact that they couldn't possibly dream of filling a game with 50 players. Hell, they can't even fill their games with 20 players right now. In fact, the most amount of players I've ever played in the solo mode, I can't get enough players for any of the others, but in the solo mode, the highest number of players I've seen so far is 11. And that was at launch. Since then, significantly fewer people, and by significantly fewer, I mean 2. I've seen about 2 other people playing it now a few days out from launch. I've become intimately acquainted with the lobby, the shitty repurposed high school football pitch. I know the ins and outs of that. I've explored the boundaries, I've climbed up on the building, I've been everywhere, because there's nothing else to bloody do. And I'm serious, this footage you're seeing, I won that match. I spend all of it in the lobby, but I win it because the other one person who was there quit. Right before the game started, the game gives up trying to find other players about 5 or 6 minutes in. So I just won it. I was in the chopper waiting to parachute into the actual game, but no, I just won it while I was up in the sky. Fans of the original Culling hate this game. With good reason. They took away anything that made it unique, and also it's just really shit. It's just a really, really shit PUBG. And nobody is playing it, except for a handful of desolate, desperate people, myself included. I don't know why any of us are touching it, but it's not free to play, even though it looks like they should be paying you to play it. Fucking ugly, fucking bland, fucking dreadful. And if you thought games like Fortnite and PUBG were too close to a hide-and-seek simulator, if you were sick of the idea of wandering around from place to place looking for other players, imagine doing that in a 20 square kilometre map with 11 people at best. In the footage I've managed to capture, the most I've gotten is 3 players on the map, and you just don't find each other. Not until you're in the very, very, very final furlong, when the size of the map has been decreased thoroughly by the poisonous gas surrounding you, although a lot of people give up before they get there because they can't find anyone. Seriously, this makes the average PUBG experience look positively bustling, because you need the player base. These games do not work. They simply don't work if you can't fill out the map. If you can't get 100, or in this game's paltry case 50, you can't even get half the players. But if you can't fill up your map in a Battle Royale game, that's it. Dunzos. You have failed. Your concept has just fallen apart. The wheels have come off. Throw it on the scrap heap. At least when everyone was copying Call of Duty, there was a campaign they often felt duty-bound to throw in. You'd get something for your money. But if you've dropped $20 on this piece of shit, not only do you get a cheap-looking, cobbled-together, fuck-ugly, puddle-a-wank game, you get something that's borderline unplayable. Because these games don't work properly if you can't find the players. And even if the Culling 2 started with a strong enough player base, it wouldn't fucking keep them, not with the quality of this. It's appalling! It makes PUBG look like a finished product. The basics of moving and shooting just about work, but the UI's crap. Everything just about barely functions. It's hideous. To say this game lacks polish is to imply the game is far along enough in development where polishing is all it needs. I think what pisses me off the most is this game proudly advertises itself as being the first ever Battle Royale game show. They're very proud of their game show aesthetic, except they don't have one. The Culling 2 has no game show aesthetic. Now, if you had a Battle Royale that actually looked like The Running Man or Smash TV, I'd be all for it. Give me an interior-based Battle Royale set in a gaudy neon game show. You know what game came close to that? Radical Heights by Boss Key Studios, and that game existed for all of 15 seconds. But at least it had colour. At least it had items within it that looked like they could belong to some gaudy, trashy TV game show. The point is, they tried. They were desperately following the Battle Royale boom, and the studio paid the price with its life, but at least they fucking tried. All the developers have tried to do with the Culling 2 is plant a flag in the concept of Battle Royale game show. It's the advertising equivalent of one of those patent trolls that don't actually invent anything themselves, they just say, I came up with that, that so they can sue anyone who actually puts the legwork in. In this case, they just want to be able to tell everyone, we came up with the game show idea, anyone who does that's copying us, except you didn't fucking do it, did you? Believe me when I say this game just looks like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That's all it fucking looks like. The closest you get to the game show aesthetic is every now and then you might hear an announcer just tell you what the game is. It looks lazy and pathetic. They might as well have not bothered with a premise at all and just said the Culling 2 it's just a battle royale game, no context whatsoever. The fact they offer a context but do fuck all with it is just pitiful. Despicable and pitiful. I don't know how they're not embarrassed, quite frankly. They put out a $20 game that looks significantly worse than PUBG. Jaggy, ugly, borderline hurts the eyes to look at. It's offensively hideous looking, actually. It offends the senses to gaze upon its awfulness. It truly has nothing to offer. It contributes zero to the genre. It contributes zero to games. All it does is take $20 out of your wallet and says, fuck you while it does so. Fucking Xaviant Games should have felt humiliation by this title's mere existence. I can't comprehend the shame that must be felt in the aftermath. Where ain't nobody fucking playing it, and I've seen some headlines say it picked a bad time to launch. There's no good time for the Culling 2. There is literally no good time for something this rubbish, something this uninspired, something this vapid, something this useless, this functionally useless to launch. The first game couldn't keep people happy because they couldn't stop fiddling with it until they just stopped. This is what happens when you make games simply to chase trends and follow the leader, as opposed to developing them in order to make good fucking games. You can sit in a lobby for 5 minutes encountering nobody and winning for doing fuck all. You can get into a game and wander around for 20 minutes and not find hide nor hair of any fucker. Nobody needs this, nobody wants this, nobody will remember this.